What did this farmer, who lives in the state of Michigan, get from the land that made the whole world bow down to him? This farmer was plowing his soybean fields when he suddenly noticed something strange. This landowner living in Argentina couldn't even imagine that something like this could come out of his land. This landowner was walking on his land when he suddenly saw a strange, round thing that looked like a dinosaur's egg. But the truth was even more interesting. When the farmer saw this unique thing, he couldn't resist and started digging the ground. This unique thing landed in a clean, fit land, which was dug with a lot of effort. When the researchers found out about this, they found out that this wasn't a dinosaur's egg, but a 10,000-year-old part of an animal's body, which is called a shell. And this part is used by animals for their defense. Surprisingly, even after so many years, there was no significant difference in its strength. This is the same animal that was found on this land 10,000 years ago and was called a gleptodon. When this shell was weighed, it was found that it weighed 1,100 kilograms. That is, the animal whose only shell weighs 1,100 kilograms, how much will the whole animal weigh? You can guess it yourself. Number 2. In 1970, some miners were working at a mine in Siberia at a depth of 70 meters, when suddenly a miner saw a coffin made of marble, which was badly buried in the ground. They wasted no time and started digging it out. Because this coffin was heavier than they thought, it took them a long time to dig it out. The coffin had come out, and now it was time to open it. The miners who were surprised to find the coffin had no idea what they were going to see next. When the coffin was opened, it contained a young and beautiful girl's body. Surprisingly, looking at the girl's body, it seemed as if she had died a few hours ago. But there was something else in the coffin besides the girl's body. Yes, there was pink water in the coffin, which contained the girl's body. The miners could not bear to see that water, and they took the girl's body out of the coffin. As soon as the body was taken out of the coffin, it started burning. When this incident was reported to the authorities, this coffin was immediately sent to the science library through a helicopter, where the scientists started researching the water that had saved the body from burning for years. The scientists believed that after many years, the actual formula of this water has changed, which was not possible to reverse. But one thing is for sure, that the people of the time when this body was found, were much more intelligent than today. Number 3. When the farmer of the state of Michigan in America, James Bristol, was digging his fields to grow his crops, he saw a strange thing at a depth of a few meters. As soon as he saw this, he stopped the digging work. To find out the truth of that thing, he had to dig the ground further, for which he took the help of machinery. And the digging work started again. As the digging work continued, that thing began to appear on the ground. It was found that it was a skull of a very large animal. James could not resist and he informed the Michigan authorities about this. When this skull was sent to the laboratory, it was found that it was the skull of an animal that lived on Earth 15,000 years ago, which was called a woolly mammoth. It looked like an elephant, but it was a very dangerous carnivore. It is believed that thousands of years ago, people used this animal's teeth as weapons. These animals lived in cold and snowy areas, but over time, due to global warming, their generation ended on this earth. Number 4. Because with time, archaeologists keep finding many unique things buried in the ground. But the shocking incident occurred in 2012, when a human skull was found in the mountainous areas of Africa, whose height was many times higher than the height of ordinary humans. And its head was many feet long and wide. Science believes that thousands of years ago, man's height used to be long, but as time passed, man's height gradually became shorter. Number 5. During the repair of the Chilean coastal highway, there was a point when the work of repairing the highway had to be stopped. This work was going on in the Atacama Desert of Chile, where at a height of 120 feet, not 5, not 10, but 75 branches were found on a rock, and that too of whales. The workers were not able to understand that at a height of 120 feet in the middle of the desert, where the sea was also very far away, what were the skeletons of 75 large whales doing there at the same time? Finally, when the matter reached the archaeologists, the investigation began, in which it was found that these whales' branches are 20 million to 70 million years old. And researchers believe that so many years ago, This is exactly where the coast of the sea was. Because whenever whales get sick, it is their nature to come to the coast. But how did so many whales die at the same place? It is difficult to say anything about it.